last question. Is there anything that you want to add, or something that I should have asked and didn't, and you want to share with us for the evening?
Well, it's been a challenge to come up with and do Children of Tsunami in a media landscape that was already covering the tsunami in many ways, and even though the major networks moved away from the story a few days and a couple of weeks after the tsunami disaster, there were independent filmmakers, there were others who, like us, stayed on with the story in their own ways. And so we found that we had to carve out our own niche. And one of the difficulties we had was the name Children of Tsunami was sometimes misunderstood as an attempt to, for example, raise charitable donations to children very tragically orphaned by the tsunami. Now, ours was a media project, and it remains focused on information and media rather than trying to get into humanitarian relief, which we are not good at doing. But we had the support of a number of non-profit organizations, charities, humanitarian organizations, whose ground level knowledge and access enabled us to do this Children of Tsunami project. So whenever offers of direct relief support were received, we did not want to get involved, but we directed it to these local partners and charities who were helping us with our own documentation work. So it's been challenging, because while there was an influx of donations and funds to the post-tsunami Asia, the amount of money and support for communications was very limited. This was something that surprised us. Much of the aid that came in was for infrastructure, was for relief and recovery, as indeed it should be. But I was surprised that even the major charities and aid agencies that say that information and communication are very important components of disaster relief and disaster recovery didn't really invest much in genuine communications processes. What happened was a lot of agency spin, a lot of agency PR, if I may say so, rather than enabling the articulation of the affected people's voices. And so there have been very few opportunities and platforms that I know of that tsunami affected people, including children, had, and I think Children of Tsunami is one of them. So in that sense, it is very significant that we've allowed the affected families and children to tell their own story, and we ourselves have been fortunate to work with these children to provide that platform, provide that opportunity, and amplify their voices to a wider world. And I think that was a very worthwhile, professionally satisfying communications process to be part of.